insurance that we got, I've seen paper, electronic. Marked up every year.
It just seemed like it would be easy to store, to follow.
Yeah, honestly, you would have to speak with the IT people and the individuals that would build the electronic forms and make us have the capability of retaining that information. And we do not currently have that at ABC. So if we're using ABC as your staff, that's not something that
Maybe when you're planning on visiting a facility, maybe we could look and get some information on pros and cons on electronic versus form.
I think we do a lot of, we do more electronic than most of it.
Yeah, we do almost, I mean, everything
That's
is
been our trend.
electronic.
So most of our.
I just think that today is, I mean, we should be doing almost everything electronic.
My only input is, I guess we're behind in the legal field, because most everything is forms. I also like having people actually sign stuff. That way I know who really signed it, and I've got something to compare versus, which I think, as we get down later on, it's gonna matter, especially when we start talking about who's behind, the people who are really behind the company, making sure they're all really on board. And the other thing is, I am sensitive to having to create a whole new process and how well that's going to be able to be done from an IT perspective within the time frame we're looking at having to do this, to start accepting applications and whatnot. That would be one of the worries I would have.
I'm just saying that I guarantee you that everything is gonna be electronic. This is a new process. We may as well start out with electronic. Everything is gonna be electronic. I mean, it really is. At some point, this is gonna be electronic, and if you're starting a new program, it doesn't make sense to me to start out with paper forms when you could start out with a data build for the forms. Personally, that's.
And that may be something else that we ask if we have some people come present to the commission.
I've got a question for the Department of Health. Do you use paper forms or electronic?
Mostly paper forms, I would say at this point.
Okay.
Because a lot of blueprints, things like that would be very hard to do electronically. We do a lot of blueprints for plan review and things like that.
Sorry, patience.
So that's okay.
Is there anything else on the application process that?
Here's a question that I would have is, if someone were to submit an application, is there any chance, or maybe an ABCDL tool where they could submit an amendment, even if it's within that 90-day period?
If things have to be in within 90 days, people can supplement their applications up until that point. If the way we do it is we make you have all of the things we require before we even accept the application, so that's rare. We do have situations where they amend things like the floor plan, and that's fine, and we would accept that. But we don't sort of take it piecemeal as we go along through the 90 days. It's all got to be there before it's considered accepted.
How do y'all determine who accepts the application?
Our document reviewers actually determine it. They have a checklist that they go through for what is required for an application to be accepted, and they make sure that that's all there.
So I guess that can lead us into the minimum qualifications for an applicant. Did you have it?
Can we go back to number 3?
Oh, yes.
And I only bring this up because it talks about applications, the application process will be considered based upon a merit system. And then in section 9, again, we go back to merit or lottery, just to make that consistent at this point since the decision hasn't been made.